guys, this is Karina Quintanilla, aka Mrs. Q with Sowing Seeds of Love. This is going to be my May garden tour. It is going to get very hot, but yes, I have a mess still in my garden and I plan on doing a lot of work throughout the week. First thing I want to show y'all is my indeterminate tomato called the Tomato 2255. It's still setting fruits. I still have lots of basil. My friend Kat and I are supposed to get together. Haven't had a chance, but plan on digging some of this up and giving her some because I have tons and I need to spread it throughout my garden. Over here, I've ended up pulling out about 3 squash plants, but this one still seems to be going. The vine borers haven't quite found it, but I know they will soon. Other insects have found it. But anyways, I still have Swiss chard going. My German chamomile looked really bad yesterday because it's in full sun, so I may have to get shade cloths for it. I've got a tomato plant here, some butterfly milkweed that looks like it's getting ready to bloom back there. I've got lots of grass and weeds to pull out of this bed, and I'm going to be adding lots of green beans throughout my garden. Fig trees are doing great. I'm getting ready to separate them. I should be able to give one to my friend Kat, my garden bestie, and then pot up the rest. Rosemary's going crazy. Turk's cap looks like it hardly has any room compared to this rosemary, so I may have to move it over. Right in this area, I plan on putting lots of green beans and some okra. I've started my okra with seed already so far. Jasmine star is looking great. I've got marigolds kind of planted throughout. This tomato plant has gone crazy and I have not had a chance to trim it up, but we've got lots of tomatoes coming in down there. Some of them have kind of gone to the ground. But I'll be harvesting those soon, and more are starting to produce on this plant. I've got my bell pepper plant here, and it looks like a bell pepper is coming up, so I've got more that will be growing on here. So I'll probably need to stake that up to make sure it doesn't fall over. My cucumber plants are still thriving. I've had a couple of cucumbers, but they look like, I don't know, like I might need to fertilize. Like here's a cucumber here, doesn't look too good. But I lately have not been doing good with my cucumber plants, only because we got those darn beetles that always come on them. So here looks like this one was not pollinated. So anyways, strawberries are still producing. I have a shade cloth over now, so that way they can get a little bit of shade from the heat. We're about to be 95 and over for the next few weeks. Probably 98 tomorrow and the next day. I've got a pepper plant that I probably need to get into the ground. If not, I may give it away to my friend. This tomato plant was a volunteer. I moved it over here and it's just gone crazy, so gotta get that done. Here's another one of my tomato plants. It's getting ready to give me a bunch of tomatoes that I gotta get ready to harvest. I bought all these at Rainbow Gardens and have not potted them up yet, so that's something that I want to do before the day's over. I have also some moringa that I need to put up in pots. And I'd like to put these trees into bigger pots. Yeah, so I got a lot of crazy stuff going on right now that I need to get done. Mint is doing good. Chrysanthemums look like they want to bloom. Hopefully with this shade cloth that'll help. I may have to get another one put up. I've got thyme still growing. My pineapple is looking really great and just keeps producing more and more green. Lavender, onions, more lavender. Actually, is this lavender or rosemary? Let me see. This is actually a rosemary plant, and that's a lavender, and we've been getting some lavender flowers. And my little bird bath that all the black crows have been going to. My dill is starting to flower, so I know that will call in some pollinators. Let's come toward the back over here. More marigolds, more peppers. My Mexican heather down here, still making little purple flowers. Hopefully will grow bigger. All this is cilantro. And as you guys can tell, it's starting to dry up, which means that now all the seeds are on here. So I'll probably be harvesting these seeds. They produce little white flowers because obviously it's too hot right now to start growing cilantro. But what I do is I let it go and it produces all these white flowers. And then after the white flowers drop, you've got coriander, which are the seeds that I like to harvest and save for later. I still have some potato plants coming up. I know it's probably too late, but I will keep them in the ground and harvest later. And I do plan on putting at the top of this trellis some more shade cloth. Let's come back here. I did some more shade cloth back here. Got more potatoes back here that are still growing. A tomato plant. These started getting eaten up by something. I'm thinking some kind of caterpillar, but these are my blackberries, my baby cakes blackberries. There's another one over there. They just started producing the flowers and the berries, and then something started eating it, so I got to figure that out. My citrus tree is doing good under the shade. I've got more dill, some more tomatoes. I've got a pepper plant back here. Got to trim up these tomato plants. Another pepper plant on the other side. Lots of salvia. My beautiful chickens. That ended up being a rooster. So yes, we're going to end up having a rooster with all my chickens. This flower bed has gone crazy. You guys can't really see anything. I've got to come and trim it all up. I've got lots of tomato plants, lots of cherry tomatoes. Sunflowers look like they were getting bit on, but hopefully they start producing a flower. And I do have my shishito pepper back there. I'm not going to go into that garden, but it is a hot mess. As you guys can see, I'm going to need to do lots of trimming up today. This was my potatoes in a box, and I need to add more soil to that. But this shade cloth, man, when you come underneath here, it really does make a difference. But this is what I pretty much got going on. Pretty soon, some of my other tomato plants, like my determinants, will start dying down. Smaller ones, and I'll start taking those out with the heat and start putting in like my okra, and I've got a watermelon plant also over here. I don't know if you guys can see it. I've got a watermelon plant there next to the sunflowers. Cucumbers are also back there. Hot mess on that flower bed, guys. I need to definitely go clean it up. But this is what it's looking like. And I'm going to show you in my other backyard where I had to close it up with chicken coop wire. I do have, let's go to that area. I've got corn that I planted in. The corn that I grew in K-cups, recyclable, usable K-cups. But let me take y'all really quick to that area. And then I've got a meeting that I've got to handle. These were going to go over to John's garden at the firehouse, but there's onions, rosemary, and basil. And these are my two comfrey plants. It looks like my comfrey plant is getting ready to flower, which I need to get these two in the ground real soon. But let's take a walk over here. This is where my pole's going to be, God willing. But over here, excuse the wind, over here is my corn. I had to put this up because my dog gets into it, but I planted all my corn. Put a few more ears of corn here, and then I've got my purple mystic salvia firecracker bush. And I've got some peach trees back here. This peach tree, but let me show you what I'm really excited about. Is my fig tree. Finally has figs, excuse the wind. But this fig tree finally has figs. So I think this is year 3 with my fig tree, which we kind of had pruned up a little bit, and it took off some height, but we may have to do a little bit more pruning when summer's over. And I've got another peach tree over here that finally its leaves started growing. So everything's looking good. All right, guys. Have a blessed day and a great week. Hi, Daisy. Thank you so much, guys, for watching Sowing Seeds of Love. Don't forget to like and subscribe.